I was stopping here because I like to record a thought that I was having earlier about like truth and the way we see it and what it means. And I come to this. I was thinking about the truth is a lot. The word the truth is used a lot in the Bible, and we have an interpretation of truth, like good or honest. But I mean, like honest and good could be used in other scenarios. So why couldn't truth be used in other scenarios? And if truth is used in other scenarios, then maybe the way we perceive it in like religious text, or because something to be true could be sure, and sure in our language doesn't really, it doesn't sound confident when we use it in like every, like, are you sure? Like it could be taken so many different ways, but it also could be true and sure, which means it's sturdy and square. But you see, it's like it's still, we just assume it means, well, really we don't even really assume it means that. We just assume it means good. Follow the truth, and like that's like, we just assume it to be good, but what if they're using it to be even or steady or sound or square? Like, I've had a thing for words lately, and it really opens up another dimension of thought when you consider every word you use. Like people in the legal terms don't mean people. They mean Walmart cash saver or everyday people. So that's why we're all so confused about everything, or that's why we're all fighting with everything, because it's either good or bad. Like it's either one way or the other. In the legal world, it's specific, but it changes on where you're at or what you're doing. So like every different type of legal system or law system is governed by way different things. And like, we can't read the Constitution and assume that we have the right to drive around with a gun or drive around freely or any of that, because we're in another legal system that's governed by something that we just kind of allow to happen. So why do we think that the religious things are like they're telling us either? Because it's not. Like, I don't really know anything for sure, but I feel like things are true. And I don't know if that's backwards to what the majority is, but obviously something isn't correct. Because there's enough people out there to know that when it's institutionalized, it's like we're wearing masks all the time. And it was trained from youth so many generations. I don't think anybody really ever thinks about what it is we're doing. Like the everyday thing, it's like you look at all the storage units and stuff, and look, I like to have stuff. I'm not judging nobody, but I'm saying, like, we pack stuff. We got a shed full of shit that we don't use to go buy more stuff, and we have to spend so much more stuff and it's all our time and energy, and it's just like we just keep on buying stuff to store our stuff so we could go to work and buy more stuff. And then on our way to work, we got to buy stuff to get there and to get through it. Got to buy tools and boots to get to work. But it's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? It's like, I'm going to buy food so we can get up and go to work, so we can pay our rent and our bills, so we can go buy food and keep going to work, so we have somewhere to sleep so we can work. Because when you don't have nowhere to sleep, it's hard. It's hard to go to work. So it's like, it's a big game And all these people go to work and make stuff so the next person can buy it. And I just I don't get that. What are we doing in the end? And I like society. I like to go get things, and that's fine. I'm not against that. I'm just like, most of the stuff though, I don't need. I don't even want. Like, I can find myself sometimes doing things, and I'm like, I don't even want this. I don't even like this. This doesn't even taste good. I know it's not good for me. And there are some things I do that I have intention behind, and I know they're not good for me. But I don't think everybody thinks like that. I don't think everybody really considers what it is they want. I think they're just reacting all the time emotionally, like a puppet on a string or something, like. And I have emotional reactions, but I'm usually not emotional one way or the other. And I thought that was bad because it's kind of like, yeah. And it might be bad, but when I'm interacting, which may be the whole point of doing any of this, is just to interact with each other. When I'm interacting, I find ways to do things, like to help out the group I'm with, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because I see problems that are easily fixed, so I fix them. Like, I might clean a mess up or something, right? But like, that's about the only value I feel like I got to it. Like, just, I don't know. I was just thinking about truth and what my instinct says. And my instinct said it was sure and square. And that means, that's construction terms. That's the first, that's the way it sounds to me. And then it goes to, well, that also reflects your personality or your societal credit, right? That's kind of what the social credit thing's about. But the problem with that is, that's that's showing a good score in a system that may not be for everybody. Like, there's very limited jobs where I'm at. So unless a person can have some brutal honesty and grind out of it, it's pretty tough to even see who a person really is or what their value could be. Because, like, I discovered things later without anybody there to guide you. I mean, you're kind of fucked. And that's not right. That's not that's not good. But that's the way it is, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't nobody ever says it should be fair, because the fairness doesn't help anybody. You get the great works because of the grind. You got to do the grind. So I'm not saying that it's bad or unfair in such a way that I would change it, because I wouldn't change it until I knew what was right to change it to, and there's no way to know that. So I don't need to do that. I don't need to change me or people, but I need to tell the truth. That's what I feel. That's how I feel. And if I say that, some people would intentionally get offended or say that I'm picking to do that. And in which sense I am in some ways, but that's my, like, reaction. I want to tell the truth. And sometimes I'm tactical and I don't. But my first instinct is to tell the truth. That's how I feel. But I don't know that. I don't know all those things to be accurate. I may be deceived or hypnotized, you know what I mean? Like, or broken, like, or less, not enough to understand those things. But, it's like, I got accused yesterday of trying to be smarter than people because I'm always talking about these concepts I learned, when really it's just that I'm more curious than people, because I don't think really saying smart is a good way to judge anything, really, because, like, you know if we if our power goes out and we live in a depression like state, smart's not going to always be a way to help anybody. So that's not a good thing to me. It's not, and it definitely ain't a good thing to be accused of something I don't believe. So, you know, but I didn't have the words because what they heard was so and so gets to do this. Why are you worried about everybody else? Why don't you, like, I come to work and work hard because for me, and which the whole thing's horse shit because I'm the least groomed dressed person I know. I don't give a shit really about what the outside world is. My family, my wife, I would give a shit if she left. I give a shit about her opinion. But everybody else, it really doesn't matter because I don't trust nobody else, you know? And, but they are good workers and stuff and they do dress well. And to me, I don't understand that when you're acting like you do all these things for you. Well, why do you, so are you acting in public so you can advance for you? Or are you acting in public because you want to feel good about? See, I see all those scenarios, but that what they say doesn't explain anything to me. It just seems like they're offended. And I might be taking that wrong, and I realize that. So I'm wondering, is that offense that bad that you can't stop for a second and say, maybe he's reacting like I'm reacting right now? Like, because it could be that. I just don't get people. I like, I don't always think about things, and I can't tell you why I do something unless I think about it. But I have thought about why my reaction was the way it was. Nobody likes to be anything they're not, right? So if I accuse you of being a thief or a liar or want to be something for somebody, and your reaction is that way, instead of saying, okay, well, let's think about that. He wants to be different, right? I get accused of that a lot, and it's like I don't want to be anything. I am me, and I try new things every now and then, or a lot. I like to play the guitar. I like to make up songs. I like to ponder fucking quantum physics. You know, like I like a lot of things. I'm interested in that stuff. And I think at times, for some fucking reason, that other people around me might be interested in it. So I'll talk about it. I don't really know what it's like to always think, oh, I wonder what they're going to think. Because I don't really consider what a lot of people think. And that might be a flaw of mine, but I care about you. If you feel bad, I want to help you. If you need help with a mental exercise, I'll try. You know, like I I think about a lot of things. Like I ain't got time to consider all that. But if I run into something, I usually try to consider it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to consider what it's like to, like, I get, this is what I think. I think that there's an argument to say, like, I'm going to dress and act a certain way to play this game up to this corporation or system, whatever, to gain money so I can do what I want with it. And I understand that. But why do you want to do those things instead of something you could do without the money? Like, I like to play the guitar. It doesn't cost shit once you got a guitar. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to, yes, I would like to drive a nice car and go on a nice boat. And I don't really care about seeing the ocean. The mountains are cool, but I'm scared of heights. So, I mean, I got a lot of anxiety up there. Like, there's not really, if I find something I want to do, I might find a way to do it without money. So I don't look at money. I don't look at that reason to walk up a system and have to act a certain way. I don't look at that as important enough to change what my moral beliefs are. And I don't always follow those beliefs, but I know them to be real. See, I don't understand how anybody can be offended at that. But what I interpret them saying is you're fearful of being seen a certain way, so you act this way. And I don't do that. I've done that, I imagine in certain circumstances I may, but I'm talking about in working. I won't do that because I got to be comfortable to work. I got to be comfortable to think of a solution for my problems. And when home life is uncomfortable like that, I can create a bunch of solutions and I'll choose the easiest one every time because I don't want to be in that shit. So I don't act. I don't act because of it, but I realize people do. But it's tough being, and I'm not judging because I do dumb shit. I really like the people, and that's the only reason it fucking bothers me. Because most of the time, the opinions don't bother me. But I have a value, and that value is useless in this system, and it sucks. And I guess that's why I was thinking about truth, which led me down that rabbit hole. And I appreciate anybody that listens. But for more, I like to have a record of this idea in case I forget. Come back and watch my old live, which is not live, and it's kind of like it's not bringing or gaining anything. I think they're closed. That sucks. Probably could have stopped talking about 20 minutes ago. Hell, I've been thinking about this for a day now. And that's usually what I do when I get quiet. I'm not mad. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm trying to understand the disconnection most of the time. Now, sometimes I get mad, especially at work, which is it's not my nature, and that's why I can't stay at one place. I can't do something because I'm always going to bump into a wall. Like, I don't want to manipulate. I'm not going to. It's stupid. So sense of that. Hey guys. What's up, guys? I gotta go. I gotta focus on getting groceries for the house because we're hungry. With the last bit of money we got. It's fucking crazy that we live this way. It's stupid. But that's kind of what happens, you know? Because the system rewards good people that are servants. And I don't mean that in a bad way because it's smart. I would probably be more comfortable in their lives. But getting through there, you gotta fucking compromise yourself too much. And I don't know I can do that. So I go to want to do artistic things because you don't have to fucking be different doing that. And then I don't know if they get changed or it's like you lean more this way cognitively so you're able to compromise more and still use your art. I don't know. But what I notice this system sucks sometimes, but it's good because it's like it brings a lot to us too. But I don't know if it's worth it. So I have to get. I can get it and solve those problems, but it's got to be for somebody else because I don't. So I use my wife as the somebody else or my kids to be motivated enough to do that. So it's to them, they think that I should care just to care. Look, I care about people. I care about them. I care about myself. But I don't care for me to want that shit. And it's like, I don't care for me to want my son to play football, but I want him to be happy. I like to watch him play. I want to help him get better. But it does nothing for me. And I don't understand why we're supposed to do a certain thing because we feel that way. What I feel like is that anybody can do anything. And if somebody I love wants to do something, I want to help them do it. So my wife don't want to sit down and talk about specifics because she thinks I should care. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, we're living. we can do what we do in this space. If you want more space, you gotta let me know what kind of space, because I get into different things and I forget shit a lot, and I don't want to forget. So I need to, like at work, I know I got to be there at a certain time. I know that I got a certain job to do, and when they tell me to do something at work, I can fucking get it done. I like problem solving stuff, so this is the way I've got to view it. When I don't want to go to work, I go to work because my family needs me to support them. But they don't need me to have them a mansion. If I wasn't had a bunch of money, I'd probably give a lot of it away to people. Because I like people in general. I like to be alone a lot too, though. Because people piss me off. People, they think they know what you're saying, but they're really like off a lot of times, at least for me. I don't get that. But anyways, I was just thinking, what is true to everybody else? What is true to y'all, the people that watch you? All right, I gotta go. Thank you. I don't work there. Oh, I didn't know. I seen the red shirt. I just didn't know if it was open. Last place